So I talk about the Enneagram a lot as a personality test, right? And what it really is not like the psychological personality test. What it is, and I'm talking to you, Sean, behind the camera. I mean, you can listen anyway. These guys are going to listen. They're going to watch. You'll find this interesting. So I talk about the Enneagram a lot. It was something that I was introduced to via the coaching room. Okay. And one of the guys that kind of first talked about, so Enneagram means 9 type, effectively. Ennea mean 9 in Greek, and gram is translates to type, right? And so the actual symbol is fucking ancient. Well, at least a couple hundred years. But this guy called Gurdjieff, something like that. I think he's Indian or something. And that sounds bad, but it's true. I don't know. I can't remember where he came from. He said something strange and paradoxical, that the last thing human beings will let go of is their suffering. Could this be possibly correct? Right? The last thing people let go of is their suffering. Yep. Right? Do you know how fucking profound that is? This is why people don't want to lose weight. Right? Like, I mean, not everyone, clearly, but this is why a lot of people don't want to. Because the thing that, like, and a lot of people don't get this. A lot of people think it's not this, they just don't have the right diet or some shit. But really, so many people link their weight to their suffering. So if they lost weight, they would lose their identity. Yep. It has become a part of who they are. Now, it's not just weight. For some people, it's getting jacked. For some people, it could be anything. Some people, it's making time in the day.
It's far easier to be a victim than it is to own the fact that you can not be a victim.
When we're all victims in some way.
Yeah.
And we have, you know what, we have to be a victim in some way to be able to go, can you please give me some help, right?
Yeah,
now, but in what you're saying is a sense of somebody going, oh, I'm a victim to this and I'm helpless to it, right? And what's really interesting about this is why you can't write a diet for this sort of shit. Like, it's like, oh, I just yo-yo. It's like, yeah, because your thinking changing the external will change the internal. And it doesn't work that way. And we know it. Deep down, every single person that's fucking listening to this, watching this, or whatever, even everyone that doesn't hear this, knows that to be true. Yeah. And so the suffering that we all have, and like life is somewhat suffering regardless, right? You want to look at it from a Christian sense, from like, not that I'm Christian, but the story of Jesus, look at the mythology around that, is that he literally carried his own cross to his death. He had to suffer to his suffering. Right, and then
accepted it and transcended it.
Right, and then a couple of days later transcended into his heaven. This is the whole idea that on the other side of pain, right, is your freedom. On the other side of your fear is your freedom.
It's only when you willingly accept the burden of that.
Yeah, what you want most is where you least want to look. And so, yeah, this is the whole, like, it's the Knights of the Round Table. Like they had to find the Holy Grail, I think it was, and the Holy Grail was either, you know, depending which sort of story you listen to, but they had to enter the forest at the darkest point to them. Yep. Yep. So this, like, I understand that so many people will, like, listen to this and be like, oh, it's not it, I just don't have the right diet, or, you know, I didn't have the right support or whatever, and it's like, sure, fucking whatever. Maybe not. Maybe you didn't have the right fucking diet. Maybe you didn't have the right support. But what's more important than people supporting you is you supporting yourself. Right? So it's like, oh, because you believed in me. No, motherfucker. Like, you have to believe in you. It's no one else's responsibility to believe in you. No one. No matter what it is you want to do. And I waited. I was like, oh, hopefully someone will find me. Someone will find me, and then from there I'll become successful, right? As if my success is based upon someone else, or as in, like, success was always just around the corner, right? How you going? Yeah, I'm getting there. Where the fuck is there? And
hey,
why are you not there yet?
Greeting all of the fucking time.
Well, maybe it's time to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
There's no there. You never arrive.
The grave.
Right? Yeah, literally. Literally, it is the grave.
Where else?
So this is the thing that I challenge any person to, is like literally move towards the things that you find most difficult. And I'm not talking fucking food prep. Like, I get that can be challenging, sure. But if that's your challenge and you don't want to do it, fucking pay a company to give you meals. There's, like, we live in a, do you know how lucky we are? Do you know how many people are trying to lose weight? That's lucky. People are trying to lose weight. They're not trying to eat because they're starving. Right?
It's the crisis of abundance rather than
Isn't
the
it?
crisis of scarcity.
Right, well, my problem is I can't lose weight. No, you're fucking eating too much. it's not, your problem isn't that you can't lose weight. There's so many factors to it. We're just missing the point, right? We're missing the point, and we know it deep down. We know it. Hey guys, if you want to learn more about how you can develop your coaching skills so you can develop your coaching brand, business, yourself, and the people around you, then you got to get your way to one of my seminars. I've got my Connected Coaching Seminar coming up in Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, and dates are up in Brisbane as well. You can find those dates on davenixon.com.au or hit me up a message on Facebook. You should be able to find me. Jump on my podcast, Mood Prep, be able to find it on there as well. Otherwise, I'd love to see you there. That's kind of it. Cool. Just come along. It's fucking, the tickets are pretty cheap. Like, I made that on purpose. There's no reason you can't make it, honestly.
May I?
Yeah, peace and pizza. I'll see you there.